Welcome to Femora. Don't forget to subscribe for more shocking family drama and jaw-dropping stories. I still don't understand why you waste your time with these games, Mom said, shaking her head as I pulled my laptop onto the dining table. It's not a game, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. I'm working on a new app. I think it could actually what? My older brother interrupted, smirking. Make us rich? Or just make you look ridiculous in front of everyone? He leaned back, arms crossed, waiting for the laughter from our relatives. I felt my cheeks burn. I just want to try, I muttered, opening the code I had been working on for weeks. Dad sighed, his fingers drumming the table. Try all you want, but don't expect to survive in the real world with this nonsense. Stable job, decent salary, that's life. I swallowed hard. I don't care about a desk job. You just want to embarrass yourself, my brother cut in, laughing. Look at you, coding away while the rest of us actually achieve things. I looked down, trying to hide the sting. I knew they didn't understand, and I didn't know how to make them. My hands shook slightly over the keyboard. Later, Alex's message buzzed on my phone. Ignore them. Your idea is good. You just need a chance. I smiled, grateful for someone who believed in me, if only they could see the potential. That night, at the family dinner, I decided I had to try. I've been working on something I think could change the way people learn coding, I said, trying to sound confident. It's an app that... My brother snorted loudly. Change the way people learn? Please, you can't even get a simple calculator working without breaking it. Laughter rippled around the table. Mom shook her head. Honey, this isn't serious. You should focus on college applications, not childish fantasies. I know it sounds silly, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. But I believe it could work. Dad leaned forward. You believe a lot of things, son. Reality is different. People don't care about your little dreams. I felt anger rise, hot and sharp, but I forced myself to stay calm. Maybe one day you'll see, my brother snickered. I'll see you still failing, probably. I didn't respond. I packed up my laptop quietly, my hands trembling. But inside, a spark lit. If they thought I'd let this go, they were wrong. One day, they'd regret laughing at me. Later that night, I texted Alex. I can't give up. Not now, not ever. And for the first time in a long time, I felt the tiniest bit of hope, or maybe determination, filling the emptiness their words left behind. I didn't think things could get worse after dinner, but they did. I had been working on a secret prototype for months, pouring every late night, every ounce of energy into it. And then, so I hear you're trying to make a learning app, little genius? My cousin sneered as I walked into the living room. That's cute. Mom says you've been wasting your time. Everyone's laughing about it. What? My heart stopped. Laughing? What do you mean? Oh, come on, my older brother said, smirking. We just showed some of your screenshots to Aunt Sarah and Uncle Mike. They couldn't stop laughing. I mean, who even needs an app like this? I felt my chest tighten. You showed them? Yep, Mom said casually, flipping through a magazine. We thought it would be funny. You spend all night tinkering with code, and everyone deserves a good laugh. I stared at them, speechless. Betrayal tasted bitter in my mouth. I thought I was the only one who believed in this. I thought I was safe in my little world. Later, in the quiet of my room, I slammed my laptop closed and buried my face in my hands. Why even try? I whispered to myself. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this, Alex's chat buzzed. Hey, are you okay? You sounded upset earlier. I'm a failure, I typed back without thinking. They're all laughing at me. I can't do anything right. No, you can. You just need the right guidance. Remember what I told you about refining your pitch and breaking the project into small, doable steps? Alex replied. I closed my eyes, feeling tears sting. I don't know if I have it in me. I feel so alone. You're not. Not really. And neither is your project. Go through your old files. See what's worth keeping. You've got more potential than you think. I scrolled through old documents, old lines of code I'd abandoned in frustration, and suddenly, a spark. Maybe Alex was right. I had been looking at this wrong. I wasn't failing. I was just unpolished, I muttered to myself, a new fire burning in my chest. If they think I'm done, they're wrong. I'm not just going to sit here and let them laugh forever. I'll make something they can't ignore. My fingers flew over the keyboard again, reopening old files, reworking ideas, and sketching out new plans. The betrayal stung, yes, but it also lit a determination I hadn't felt before. I paused and whispered, "They'll see. One day they'll see that I was never wasting my time, that I was building something real. Something bigger than all their jokes." Outside, the night was quiet, but inside me, a storm raged. Every taunt, every sneer, every laugh they had thrown at me fueled me. I wouldn't let them define me. I sent Alex a quick message. "I'm not done. Not even close. Watch this space." And for the first time in weeks, I felt alive. Not hopeful exactly, but determined. The world might laugh at me now, but soon they would have to take me seriously. I barely slept those first few nights after my breakdown. Every thought, every idea, every line of code consumed me. I worked in silence, hiding my laptop in my backpack whenever my parents walked by. "Another late night, huh?" Alex messaged at 11 p.m. one night. "Yeah?" I typed back quickly. I can't stop thinking about the project. I keep seeing ways to improve it. Good. That's the fire you need. Just don't burn out. Step back sometimes, too. I smiled at the advice, but ignored the warning. I didn't have time to step back. Every day felt like a race against my own doubts, and against my family's sneers. School was no easier. I ran into a rival, Jake, in the computer lab. "So you're still coding that joke of yours?" he said, leaning on a desk. "Don't tell me your parents are actually proud of it." I clenched my fists but forced a smile. "I don't need anyone to be proud yet," he laughed. "You'll see. Most kids give up. You'll crash too." I swallowed hard, but instead of replying, I opened my laptop and dove in. Let him watch. Let him doubt. Every failure I could turn into a lesson. I found solace online, in forums and mentorship chats. That's where I met Leo, an experienced developer who offered guidance without judgment. "Don't get stuck on perfection," Leo typed during one late-night session. "Focus on functionality, then scale. Investors love results, not excuses." I keep failing, I admitted. Every test crashes, every idea feels small. I'm losing motivation. Fail faster. Fail smarter. Build a portfolio of small wins, then expand. That's how real tech people grow, he said. I realized he was right. I spent days reworking my app into a smaller, more functional version. I posted it quietly online, got a few downloads, some positive reviews. Nothing major, but it felt promising. "Look at this," I told Alex, showing him a screenshot. 5 people actually downloaded it. And 1 left a positive review. "See? You're moving forward. Ignore the rest. They'll have to catch up eventually," he replied. At home, I kept my wins secret. My parents didn't need to know. They were still rolling their eyes whenever I mentioned coding. My brother continued to mock me, now subtly under the guise of jokes. But I noticed cracks in his arrogance. He looked uncomfortable when I stayed late at the lab after school, headphones on, completely focused. I told myself it was minor, but it fueled me. If he thought he could intimidate me into quitting, he was wrong. Late one night, I got an email from a small startup. They had seen my app online and wanted me to do freelance work. My hands shook. "Alex," I texted, barely able to type. "They want me for a real project." "That's huge." "I knew you'd get there. Don't waste a second," Alex responded. I worked tirelessly, coding through nights, debugging relentlessly. Every bug fixed felt like a victory. Every client email that praised my work felt like a secret triumph I could savor quietly, without anyone mocking me. I started to see myself differently. I wasn't just the kid who got laughed at during family dinners. I was capable, resilient, strategic. Maybe one day, I whispered to myself, staring at my growing list of completed projects. They'll have to take me seriously. I didn't know when or how, but I felt a shift inside me. The humiliation still stung, but now it was fuel. I wasn't just surviving, I was quietly rising. And with every small win, every client satisfied, and every line of working code, I could feel the power slowly returning to me. I sat in my small home office, hands hovering over the keyboard, heart racing. Months of coding, testing, and refining had led to this moment. My app, my dream, was finally ready for launch. "Are you sure about this?" Alex's message popped up on my screen. "Absolutely," I typed back. "It's ready. If this doesn't work, nothing will." The launch was quiet at first. I posted it online to a small audience: friends, early supporters, a few beta testers. Within hours, the downloads started climbing. Notifications pinged relentlessly. People were talking. Positive reviews poured in. I couldn't help but grin. "Alex, it's happening. They're actually using it. People like it. Finally." "I've been saying this would happen," he replied. "Now sit back and watch the magic unfold." I didn't sit back. I documented every review, every download, every small investment offer. Each one was a silent victory I could file away, proof that their ridicule had no bearing on reality. Then came the call I had been waiting for, an investor interested in funding full-scale development. My stomach twisted in nervous excitement. "Alex, they want to meet me tomorrow." "Real investors, breathe." "You've earned this," he said. "Go get it." The next day, after hours of discussion, contracts, and signatures, I leaned back in my chair. My project was officially funded. Financially, professionally, I was starting to rise. I couldn't wait to tell my family, or rather, to watch them find out. That evening, my mom noticed me checking emails at the table. "What's going on?" she asked, glancing at my screen. "Just work stuff," I said casually, hiding the latest investor email. "Oh, really?" my brother said, smirking. "Work stuff? You mean that silly coding thing?" I met his gaze but didn't flinch. "It's more than silly," I said calmly. "People are actually using it. And it's growing fast," Mom scoffed. "Growing? Like a weed." "Don't get carried away, honey," I smiled faintly. Inside, I felt a quiet thrill. They were starting to notice. The disbelief on their faces was delicious, and the envy barely contained in my brother's eyes felt like justice. Later, I showed Alex screenshots of my project's growth, downloads, reviews, and even the small funding I had secured. "They're going to regret every word they said," I whispered. Alex replied. "They'll see. And you'll be ready." At dinner, my parents and siblings couldn't hide their glances at my phone, which I left casually on the table. "What's that?" my brother asked, curiosity tinged with irritation. "Just notifications," I said innocently, but each ping was another tiny hammer against their arrogance. I kept a log of every comment, every download, and every investment inquiry. When the world finally saw it, there'd be no mockery, no disbelief, only proof. I noticed subtle changes. My brother avoided direct eye contact. Mom asked a little too many questions about work stuff, and even some cousins glanced at me differently. The power dynamics were shifting quietly, imperceptibly, but unmistakably. I leaned back, heart steady, mind racing. I wasn't gloating, at least not openly, but inside, I savored the satisfaction. They had dismissed me for years, mocked my ideas, and yet here I was, growing, thriving, and quietly winning. "Patience," I whispered to myself. "Just wait. The real surprise is yet to come." The day finally came. I stood backstage at the tech conference, my hands gripping the edges of my laptop bag, heart hammering. This wasn't just another app release. It was the moment everything I had worked for would be seen. "Are you nervous?" Alex's voice crackled through my earpiece. "Terrified," I admitted. "But also, ready. Good, you've earned this. Just speak from your heart." I took a deep breath and walked onto the stage. Cameras flashed, reporters scribbled notes, and the audience's chatter faded as I opened my presentation. "Good afternoon," I began, voice steady. "I'm here to share something I've been building for years. a platform that has transformed how people interact with technology, education, and innovation. The slides rolled, showing user statistics, growth charts, and media coverage. I could feel the energy in the room shift as people murmured in astonishment. And today, I'm proud to announce that this venture has reached a net worth of $200 million, I said, pausing for effect. All built from scratch, from ideas dismissed as childish by people around me. I saw the cameras pan to the audience and my stomach clenched as I caught a glimpse of my family. Mom's mouth hung open, eyes wide. Dad's hands clenched, trembling slightly. My brother's face was pale, jaw tight, eyes flicking between me and his phone, as if trying to find a way to discredit this. I can't believe it, my brother whispered under his breath. 200 million? Mom repeated, voice shaky. All this time? I held my composure, letting their disbelief sink in. Yes, I said softly, almost to myself. And none of it would have been possible without believing in myself when no one else did. Alex tapped my shoulder from the side stage. You did it, he said quietly, pride shining in his eyes. I knew you could. I smiled at him, grateful for his support. We did it, I said. You never let me give up. As the applause erupted around me, I felt a swirl of emotions, vindication, relief, and a bittersweet pang for all the times they had doubted me. Their mockery had been cruel, but it had fueled this moment. Later, when we left the stage, my family approached cautiously. My father's voice trembled. We didn't support you. We were wrong. I'm sorry. You think an apology changes years of mockery? I asked quietly, keeping my voice calm. I don't need your validation. I never did. But I hope you understand that dismissing me didn't make me weaker. It made me stronger. My brother looked down, unable to meet my eyes. I didn't know you could. You underestimated me, I said evenly. And that's fine. Just don't make the mistake again. Back in a quieter room, Alex and I laughed, tears in our eyes. We actually did it, he said. I nodded, letting the weight of years of struggle lift slightly. From humiliation to this, it's surreal. But it's proof. Proof that belief, hard work, and resilience matter more than anyone's opinion. I leaned back in my chair and thought about every late night, every failure, every sneer and laugh I had endured. Each one had shaped me, sharpened me, and pushed me to this point. Ready for the next chapter? Alex asked, grinning. I smiled, feeling a sense of closure I had never imagined. Absolutely. And this time, no one can stop me. I sit in my office, watching the city lights flicker through the window. Everything feels different now. Not just my bank account or my public recognition, but me. I lean back in my chair, letting the silence settle around me. Alex's message buzzes. You okay? Been a quiet night. I'm processing, I type back. It's been a long ride. Yeah, he replies instantly. But look at you. You survived all of it. I smile, thinking of every late night spent coding, every insult from my family, every moment I doubted myself. I did survive, I whisper. And I'm stronger because of it. Not because I wanted revenge, but because I refused to be defined by their doubts. There's a knock at the door. Leo, my mentor, pops his head in. Still working? He asks with a grin. Always, I reply. But more importantly, I'm reflecting, seeing the journey for what it really was. You've come a long way, he says, stepping in. From humiliation to confidence, all in your own style. Proud of you, I nod. I realize something. Success isn't just proving others wrong. It's proving to yourself that you can endure, adapt, and grow. That's the real victory. Alex walks in behind him grinning. And seeing the family's faces when you revealed the 200 me. Priceless, I chuckle softly. Yes, that part was satisfying, I won't lie. But more than that, I feel free. Free from their judgment. Free from the expectation that I must conform to their ideas of success. Alex sits beside me. You earned that freedom. And you didn't lose yourself in the process. I learned patience, I say. I learned that quiet persistence and smart strategy matter more than loud arguments or angry comebacks. I had to fail, stumble, and endure humiliation to appreciate what I've built. And I finally understand that real power isn't revenge. It's control over your own life. I glance at the framed screenshots of my app's first downloads and my earliest client emails on the shelf. They remind me of the nights I cried alone, the moments I wanted to quit, and the tiny victories I almost overlooked. "Ready for the next challenge?" Alex asks. I laugh, shaking my head. I think I am. But this time I'm going forward with clarity, with balance. And I know I don't need to prove anything to anyone but myself. There's a calm satisfaction in that thought, a quiet joy that hums through my chest. My family will have to deal with their regrets privately. That's not my concern anymore. I've built my life on my terms, and no one can take that away. Leo nods. Well said. Now, what's next for the tech genius? I grin. Whatever I want it to be. And maybe, just maybe, inspiring others who are still being laughed at to believe they can rise too. Alex smiles knowingly. Exactly. You're the proof. I lean back again, feeling the weight lift completely. The journey was brutal, but it shaped me. And for the first time I feel truly unstoppable. Have you ever been underestimated or laughed at for your dreams? How did you turn that doubt into motivation, or are you still finding your way? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more family drama stories. See you in the next video.